Good morning. I want to extend my sincere gratitude for our federal partners, the U.S. Marshal Services, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearm and Explosive, along with the power of social media, Channel 28, and the courage of a good Samaritan. Their combined effort led to the capture of St. Petersburg's most wanted individual, Benjamin Williams, aka Bambi, after 3 years on the run. Joining me here today is Marshal Bill Berger, Special Agent in Charge Kurt Howard, and most importantly, the mother of Miss Pika. Thank you for being here this morning. I want to give you a background on what happened 3 years ago. On July the 31st, Williams did an unthinkable act. He asked Miss Pika to meet him, his estranged girlfriend, at a location because they wanted to talk about their son that they had. He asked her to meet him at the cemetery located 100 block of 60th Street North, again, under the pretense of he wanted to meet their son. As Miss Pika was sitting in the front seat of her van holding a 4-month-old baby, Williams walked up to the car and shot her several times in the face as she was holding the baby. Also in the car was her 4-year-old son in the back seat who witnessed this horrendous act. Witnesses rushed to the scene to try to see if they can help Joanne, and as they moved her forward, that's when they realized that she was still holding the 4-month-old baby. Thankfully, none of the children were hurt, but I can't even imagine the emotional event that's going through this child right now, the emotional toll that this 4-year-old is facing today. After the act, our detectives did a great job. Along with the help, again, of the U.S. Marshal Service, ATF, and Crime Stopper, an award was issued for $25,000 looking for Williams. Williams was also featured on a television show called In Pursuit with John Walsh in 2020 to amplify how we were trying to find him. And again, thanks to Channel 28 and their social media posts, this post was then taken and then reposted again. A Good Samaritan saw this post in Mexico, and then that Good Samaritan realized that William was there in Mexico. She went to the U.S. Embassy and notified the Marshal Services, who notified us. And again, thanks to their outstanding job, they were able to capture Williams and bring him back to the U.S., where he's now in Pinellas County Jail in custody. The dedication of the hard work of the detectives involved in this case, our federal partners ensured that a dangerous criminal no longer poses a threat to the community, and most importantly to the family, because they were nervous if he was going to come back and try to harm them, even harm the family. Nothing can replace the loss of your daughter. But at least we have a dangerous person off the street, at least a loving mother, a loving daughter, and the family can know now that we have him in custody. I know this cannot bring you any peace, but we know that this will be justice brought back to the family. I want this to serve as a message to people that are out there. If you commit a crime here in St. Petersburg, I should say in the Tampa Bay area, we're going to do everything in our power to bring you to justice, to bring this family justice. And our federal partners, our local partners, and our state partners, we're going to work just like we work on this case, because we want to bring justice to any family out there. And with that, I'm going to ask Ms. Pika to come forward. Ms. Pika.
Hi everyone. Let me start by thanking each and every one who participated and got involved with my daughter case, which includes St. Pete Police Department, U.S. Marshal, ATF, and I think those people. I think Detective Brian, I was a little bit rushed with him sometimes, but it took too long to get that master behind the bars. And I'm grateful for those guys. They worked so hard to bring him here. 3 years and 3 months is too long. He was running, but he couldn't hide anymore. All eyes on him, and finally he's behind bar where he belongs. I think, or I feel that the Christmas present for me and my little boys came early this year, and I couldn't ask for more than that phone call and I got from police department when they said that he got arrested. And I can explain the feeling I had at that moment, but it was the combination of happiness and pain in the same time. And I don't remember what did I say to Detective Brian when he called me, but I remember only like, oh my God, are you sure, are you sure? It was too much. He flashed back the memory of July 31st, 2021, and I couldn't be the same anymore. I was going back and forth around the house, and I said, like, please, God, help me. The anxiety was through the roof, but I was happy, and again, I thank each of you for this hard work. Benjamin Williams changed the life of my families, my kids, and I can't fix it anymore, but I'm learning how to live with this pain and focus with those two little boys and make sure they are safe, make sure they are well loved and take care, and never been in the situation they were before because of Benjamin Williams. As a mother, I always gonna miss her smile. I'm gonna miss my daughter being around me, being around her kids and playing with her kids. And no mother should go through what I'm going through. As a parents, when we decide to bring the kids into our life, our job is to love them, protect them, take care of them, see them growing, be part of their graduations, be part of their wedding days. And that is the dream of every parent for their kids. And that was my dream too. But instead of going and finding white dress for my daughter's wedding, I was going and finding a white casket to bury my daughter. Instead of finding a venue to marry my daughter, I was finding a funeral home to say goodbye for the last time. Instead of finding honeymoon place to send my daughter, I was going to Sunnyside Cemetery to bury my daughter. That is the nightmare for every parent, and was for me too. And everything happened because Benjamin Williams decided to take the life of my only child, the life of my daughter, in the front of both kids, in the front of 3-month-old baby on her arm. Starting today, Benjamin Williams' freedom is over. He's not gonna see the daylight again, and he's behind the bar where he belongs. The community will be safe without him. I will be safe without him. My kids will be safe without him. And I want to add and thank the tips that came from social media. And I want to raise the voice for that, then we can resolve a lot of crimes because of those tips. I don't know who he is, and I don't want to know, but I'm grateful that she called the police. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. And again, I want to thank U.S. Marshal Bill Berger, and Special Agent in Charge Kirk Howard, who's here from the Tampa office, ATF. So if any questions, feel free to ask.
Veteran Randy Williams, what was he doing in Mexico? Just hiding, or was he committing any other crimes?
We don't know if he was committing a crime, but he was just hiding there. And again, that Good Samaritan saw the post, realized who he was, contacted our federal partners, and just like Ms. Pica said, he's no longer free. He's behind bars where he belongs, where he should stay behind bars, because again, if you look at this beautiful lady right there, he took a mom and a daughter away.
What can you tell us about this Good Samaritan? Was a resident of Mexico, or with someone on social media? Was this a recent post on TikTok that he or she saw?
So it was an old post that got reposted. So that person saw the post. The Good Samaritan looked at it and went to the embassy and said, "Hey, I saw this person." And then they were able to capture him. So that was an old post that just got reposted. And, I always say I don't like social media to a point, but this time, you know what? Now I'm in love with social media because the way it was posted, because he would have still been on the run, but that Good Samaritan saw him, and you know what? He's not on the run anymore. He's behind bars.
I know a couple of years ago he might have been tied to other crimes. Do you have any information on those investigations?
So here's an ongoing investigation. Detectives are going to go and interview him, and now people will come forward. 'Cause there was a lot of people like back then, they were afraid of him. So now hopefully these people will come forward and tell us about the other crimes that he committed either in our city or in the Tampa Bay area. Anything else? Thank you so much. We appreciate it.